Hello everyone and welcome back to ZOHO Books course. Here is some main points we are talk about sales today. The first is the main types of documents to record sales transactions. So in this point we will explain the main documents which use to record sales transaction in Zoho Box. The second, recording techniques for quotes, sales, orders, invoices, and payments. The third point here is explaining the difference between different cases which we could meet in a practical situations. So three main points. Let's go to the first one, which related to the documents which used to record the transaction in Zoho or sales transaction in Zoho Box. So from one gate we can record different kind of sales documents, and as you see here we have two main documents. The first one, sales receipt, and the second, invoice. When we use sales receipt, when the payment is immediately paid, or when we classify this sales transaction as cash sales transaction. In this situation, or in this case, we use sales receipt, and if the payment for that transaction will be paid later, in this case we use invoice. In other words, when a transaction is cash, we use sales transaction. When the transaction on a credit, we will use a invoice document to record this transaction. And also invoice, when we classify this transaction, should be processed as an invoice document. Here we have also two cases in this situation. The first one, if sales transaction repeated one time, in this case we use invoice. But if this transaction, or this sales transaction repeated more than one time in the same condition. What we mean by the same conditions? The same conditions mean that our customer is the same, the items required the same, the quantity, the prices, and also that time frame is the same also. What we mean by time frame: weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. So that two kinds of documents, if the situation, or if the sales transaction repeated more than one time in the same conditions, in this case we have to use not invoice but recurring invoice. It will be automatically recorded the transaction in Zoho Box. So for more understanding, let's have a look at invoicing cycle. Let's go down and to see the invoicing cycle. As you see in this chart, the first step in invoicing cycle is to create code. What we mean by code, code represents or we can consider it as an offer to your customer contains specific items and specific items, quantities, and prices. So we make a special offer for our customer to enhance selling or to increase our sales from specific items exactly when that item cycle is too long and it slowly moved in our organization. In this case, we need to make that offers to our customers. So after we prepared the code and sent it to our customer, if our customer approved uh, uh, our code, in this case we will be able to make one or one thing is to transfer or converted code to either sales order or invoice directly. So we have a choice to convert code to sales order, or directly we can convert the code to invoice. In this case, all the details contained in code or sales order automatically move to the new created invoice. And you have to keep in your mind that code and sales order documents don't affect accounts balances, but invoices do. For that, uh, you have so the effect or accounting effect will be represented by this document, invoice document, and also you have to know that you can create an invoice directly on ZOHO without sales order or codes. So directly you can create a new invoice in ZOHO box. After shipping the goods required to our customers, we have two choices. The first one, returns. It's probably to return some items or some units to us because probably it doesn't match the conditions or the quality required, or for any other reason. So if we have return, we have to prepare a credit note. We have to prepare this document to record the returns from our customers, or we have to receive the payments which related to this invoice. So this is the two cases. If we have return, we have to prepare a credit note document, and if we receive the money or receive the amounts related to that invoice, we have to record the payments received. In case that the returns performed after we receiving the payment, or we received the payments related to this invoice. In this case, we have to prepare for refunding the money, refunding the money. What we mean by refunding the money, to give the money back to our customers. Okay, that's all for this cycle, or invoicing cycle. Let's go to a QuickBooks website and see how we can perform that kinds of transactions. Go to sales, left sidebar, and click. So what are the items included in this list? We have customers, codes, retainer, invoice. This is related to in advance payment from our customers, and sales orders, invoices, sales receipt, payment received, recurring invoices, and credit notes. This is related to returns, when we sell goods and the customers return some units or some items to our company. So let's assume that we have a cash sales cash transaction. We have this one, this transaction, cash sales. So directly we have to go to sales receipts and click this one. As you see, you have two choices to record that transaction: in new sales receipt, or you can import sales receipt if you prepare that transaction on external programs like Excel sheet or other kinds of programs. So in this case, we have to go to new sales receipt and click. So the first, look, that customer name in this case is not important to enter. Why? Because there is no obligations for that customer. But normally it will be preferred to enter that that name, but it's not necessary to enter the details for our customer. As you see here, this is in a black color. For that, it's not necessary to enter that blank part. Receipt date, so automatically or by default we have that date, the current date. You can choose other from this list, and the branch also you can choose. If you have more than one branch, you can choose that transaction happened in branch A or B, X or Z. And sales receipt number, it's automatically generated by ZOHO box. So you if you want to make it manual, so enter, you can click this icon and enter sales receipt number manually, but actually it's not preferred to make it manual. Salesperson, if we have salesperson, the type of tax, if the tax exclusive or inclusive, you have to choose, and after that you come down and to identify the item. So look at this list we entered before. For example, we have to or we selling iPhone 15 Pro Max, choose this item and it choose the quantity here by default 1, and look at that note, stock on hand 8. So the rate as we entered before when we create the item card, we entered that rate. If you want to give a discount, you can choose the amount or percent, the tax, and other details. So in this case, you enter all the required details and go down if there is shipping charge or any other adjustment here which related to VAT tax, and if you need to enter some notes for the customer or terms or conditions, you can write there. And here the most important thing is to choose the method of payment, in this case cash, and deposited to also cash, and go down here we can make save. So this is sales receipt, and as you see here all the details related to that invoice is and the status is paid. So because we enter this is the first transaction of sales, and you have to keep in your mind that the amount as you see here, this is the amount of sales. If we go down here from the left side bar and go to reports and choose profit and loss, as you see here, sales the same amount, 3,500. So we correctly manipulate the sales in this case. And if you also go to the balance sheet, you will see that cash will be increased in the same amount. Okay, let's return back. Okay, return back to the sales, and this is how we can record the cash sales transaction using sales receipts. But let's go to invoices and to see how we can make that invoices. Also you can make directly new invoice, and you can import, and also like a new recurring invoice. We will discuss this later, and let's now begin with a new invoice. Click a new invoice. It's very important here to enter and identify your customer. Why? Because there is an obligation about this customer, and we have to exactly know who is our customer and the specific amount due for each one. For that we have to choose the customer. From the list here we can okay, we can choose speed click, for example. speed click. Okay, speed click or Al Baraka organization. Okay, this is the billing. Okay, this is the details which related to Al Baraka automatically appeared in the screen. And also choose the branch invoice number, because as you know, the invoice classified as internal document. For that we have to generate the number of that invoice directly or automatically from ZOHO box. Order number, if you have this number, you have to record this. And invoice date, this is the same date in the same. And here terms, you have to identify the terms. And after you identifying this period or terms, automatically due amount will be shown here. And also, if you have a salesperson, you can choose, you can also make a subject for that invoice. And let's go down, and in this part we have to choose the tax. Is it tax exclusive or inclusive? In this time, let's choose tax inclusive. And also you need to select the item. This time let's choose iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the quantity is 2 here. And if the rate is changed, you can change this. For example, it now sell by 3300. And okay, select tax. And also you go down, if you have shipping charges, you can enter the amount to be included in your invoice. Okay, and the same thing, if you have some conditions, terms, notes for your customer, you can enter all of them in this spaces. And now save and send. Invoice will be automatically approved once you send it. Okay, this is the email form which will deliver to Al Baraka company. So send it. Okay, manually remaining. Okay, so this invoice is due within or in 15 days. And this is the details which included in the invoice. And in the you have to go here again. So as you see, this is the list of invoices. And you can, if you have many invoices here, you can classify the explanation or the item or category which you want. So you can choose all, draft, locked, pending, approved, customer, due, overdue, or others category. From here you can choose. Okay, if you click it again, you will have that details. If you want to edit this invoice, you can make it easily. You can send it again. You can share for other persons or other management level in your organization, if you want to make reminders, stop reminders, and you can manage this reminders, and also when in a due date, if the customer pay the required amount or due amount, you can make payment from here. But before, if you scroll down, you will see the accounting journal prepared for that transaction. As you see here, accounts receivable, in that side we have 6,600, and also cost of goods sold this amount, and tax payable this amount, and all the details and the total amount for credit and debt side are equal. So in this case, for every document we prepared, because as if you remember, we consider the invoice as accounting document. What we mean by accounting document, this document reflected and affected the accounts in our chart of accounts. How that chart of accounts affected by that document? By preparing this kind of journal entry. Okay, so let's assume that we receive payment. Let's see. Okay, record payment. All the details here automatically generated, but you have to choose one thing is the date of payment and payment mode and payment method. So you can select Al Quds Bank for that. Record payment, record payment. After you make the payment, the status of that invoice converted to paid, and here paid, and also the status here is paid. So this transaction was closed. Also, to examine the accuracy of our manipulating or processing, we can go down again to reports, and this time we choose balance sheet. The balance sheet, we have to go for accounts receivable. Accounts receivable affected by this transaction by that amount. So our processing is correct. Let's go back to the main screen for ZOHO Box. So this is how we can directly record the invoice in ZOHO Box, but let's go to the other choice. We prepare invoices using quotes and sales orders. Let's go to see how we can prepare invoices through quotes and sales order. So again, to sales, and we choose quotes. Okay, you can see this note. The quotes give your customer an offer they cannot refuse, and create a new quote. So because we have to send this email for a specific customer, so we have to choose the name of our customer in this time, this time let's choose Nur Salama, and the branch, the code is, because it's also considered as internal document, so it's generated automatically by Zoho Box, and the date also automatically. If this code is has expired date, we have to choose, for example, its expire date in okay, let's make it on December 1 of December, uh, not 1 of December, but uh, this Friday. Okay, and it's to January, and if we have salesperson, we have to enter, and the project name, subject, and also the tax, if it is excluded or exclusive or inclusive, this time tax inclusive, and also identify the item. So here we have iPhone 16. We didn't sell any unit from that item. For that, we have to give offer to our customers to encourage them to sell more quantities from that item. So click this, and also we enter 4 units, and as you see, 4 units, the 4,000 for each unit, and this will not encourage or highly encourage your customer to buy that product in the same price, because this price available in the market from any other markets. For that, uh, to get the benefit from that offer, you have to give a special price or a special discount here. So you have choices. You have choice to reduce the cost. For example, or sorry, the price. So for example, 3800, or you keep the price the same, and you give an a discount about that, for example 6% for that item, and there is no shipping charges, and also the same if you want to add any notes, terms and conditions. And also here we have again go and save and send, automatically approved once you sent it. Okay, so we have to enter the email here, info at noor.com. Okay, enable add contact person, no, here send to contact person. Okay, let's go down, because we didn't enter the email address for Salama. In this case, it's not applicable to send that. Okay. Okay, after we enter the email address for that customer, we now able to send this email to our customer, and the status for that code is sent now. You can again, you can make edit, you can send it for others, you can share, and you can also convert it to convert it to sales order or convert to invoice. So you will be able to convert it to sale order, and after that the sales order will convert it to invoice, or you can directly convert this code to an invoice directly without going through sales orders. But when we convert it to sales order or to invoice, in case that our customer approved our code or our offer, in this case we can convert it. Let's convert it to sales order. Okay, please note that only an accepted code can be converted to sales order. Okay. Sorry, before that, okay, yeah, before conversion, you have to go here and mark as accepted or mark as declined. If our customer approve our offer, we have to click this mark as accepted, and if our customer refuse our offer, we have to choose mark as decline. So let's assume that our customer accept our offer, so we have to check this, to click this. Okay, now after accepted, this the status is converted to accepted. After acceptance, we can make the conversion to sales or to sales order or to invoice. Let's go to convert it to sales order. All the details automatically will be extracted from the codes and moved to our sales order, and you have to check all these details. Okay, the prices and the okay, the dates, other details. Okay, save and send, save and send. So okay, again we will send this email to our customer. So here info salama. Okay, this email is correct, so we go down and send that purchase order to our customer. The sales order, here all contains all the details related to our offer, and also you can go to confirmed, you can go to make all other functions here, but what we want until now, we have to click here and cancel, create. Okay, okay, let's see what is here in this list. Converted to purchase order, cancel items, void, clone, delete, and also the create item instant invoice. No, now after we get a reply from our customer, we can go here, convert to invoice, and also the same details will be included in the invoice. Have a look at the dates and the quantities, prices, and other details, and after that make save and send automatically. Okay, so now I have an invoice, and this is invoice number. As you see, this is the second invoice which we prepared in ZOHO box account right now and sent to our customer. So uh, now we have an invoice, and this invoice sent to our customer, and also when Salama customer uh, uh, make the payments, so we have to go here and record the payments. So this is the cycle. We began with codes, after that sales, orders, and also then invoices, after that payments received. The cycle now is closed for that transaction. So this invoice assume that Noor Salama return 1 unit because it's not match the quality standards for that organization or for that customer. For that we have to go, either we can make credit notes from here, or we can go to the invoice itself, and we can click here and create credit note, choose on creating the credit note amount will get applied for this invoice. Are you sure? Yes, creating. So the details here, only we have to change this one, change the quantity returned is 1, so we will edit the quantity and transfer it to 1 instead of 4, and after that we have to save, partially paid. So credit notes, you can click and to make a revision, or to make also the same time approved, open, closed. You can identify the category from here. This is closed. Okay, so the amount required is less than the normal from Noor Salama. So this is the credit note. The last thing is now recurring invoices. Recurring invoices. Click recurring invoices, for example. Create a new one. Assume that Al Baraka Bank or Al Baraka organization, 2 iPhone units, iPhone 15 units weekly. assume that Al Baraka organization uh, sign a contract with our organization to provide them by 2 iPhone 15 units weekly. So we have to identify the profile for this recurring invoice and repeat every week. Okay, it's begin from 2 January, and for example it ends at the end of this year, so go to change the date here and also go down payment term, not 30, but you can choose this one, 15, and you can also enter that details. But here let's move to iPhone 15. Okay, and 2 units in this price. Also VAT, and there are no charges and other details. Okay, and save. So what we mean by this, as an active recurring invoice, every week every week Zoho Box automatically will generate an invoice related to Al Baraka organization and sell or contains a iPhone 15 Pro, and the quantity is 2, the prices as we mentioned in the invoice. So this is the recurring invoice. Still something, one thing we don't apply any transaction for that item, which called retainer invoices. As you see here, collect advance payments from your customers and apply them to multiple invoices later. So create, uh, identify your customer, for example, speed click, also this generated automatically, and the date. Also here we can identify the tax inclusive. Okay, tax is VAT, and the amount, the description, we can advanced payment, and the amount collected from that customer is 1,000, for example. Okay, go down. If there are some terms, conditions, or other details, we can save. Okay, created. So Ibrahim Adnan. Okay, so this is the document sent to the email address of our customer and confirm send. So this was sent to our customer. Where do you think this amount will appear? Let's go to reports down and balance sheet. It will be balance sheet, accounts payable, Here you have to go to accounts payable. Sorry, this is tax payable, not accounts payable. Go down. Accounts payable. Yes, here. Account transaction report. Vendor balances summary. Okay, this one. This one. Accounts receivable, and here. Okay. Uh, Receivable amount. Overdue. Okay. So how we can return back this amount to our customer? Later we can make if this customer buy any of our products or items and invoices, we can close his balance for other invoices from that amount which we received from him. Okay, so return back uh, to Zoho, and as you see here, all this item or those items actually we discussed. So next time we will make any practical cases for each case here for more explanation. See you later. Bye bye.